The king of GT3 racing, the BMW M4, meets the most iconic track in the world, but today it's a double vision. On one side, we have the legendary Assetto Corsa, a sim that's been the gold standard for a decade. On the other, the challenger, Assetto Corsa EVO. We are doing a full lap on the Nordschleife to see if the king is ready to pass the crown. So we are at the start now, and you can already see a little differences between those two. Okay, as we blast through the flag plates, the first thing you will notice in the EVO is the density. The forest feels claustrophobic, just like in real life. The lighting in the original Assetto Corsa is iconic, especially with mods, but EVO handles light bounce and shadows on the tarmac with a new level of realism. Just look at the way the sunlight filters through the trees. It's not just a flat texture anymore, it has a volume. Now, pay the attention to the power of the mods. What you're seeing on the left isn't just Assetto Corsa from 2014. It's a decade of community passion. With the latest custom shader patch and the original Assetto Corsa does things that even modern titles struggle with. Just look at the color grading here. Sometimes I feel like the modded Assetto Corsa has more natural filmic look than Evo. The lighting feels less like a video game and more like a GoPro mounted on real GT3 car. Like the community has spent years perfecting every single tree, every shadow, and even the way the spray comes off the tires in the rain. But we don't have the rain now, but you can trust me on this. So if you have a mid-range PC, the original Assetto Corsa is still the winner. It's incredibly well optimized and you can get 100 plus FPS. Okay, and that's honestly frighteningly close to what Evo is offering out of the box. Evo might have the newer engine, but it doesn't have the years of the fine tuning that modders have put into this Nordschleife map. So let's be real. If you spend the last 5 years practicing your Assetto Corsa setup with the best filters, switching to the Evo might actually feel like a side grade in some areas, not an upgrade. So the soul of the original Assetto Corsa is still very much alive and it's not going anywhere soon. Now we can't talk about the Nordschleife without mentioning the iconic graffiti. It's the wallpaper of this 20-kilometer madness. In the original Assetto Corsa, especially with the high resolution track modes, the graffiti looks great, but if you look closely, they often feel like stickers placed on the top of the road surface. They are sharp, sometimes too sharp, and they don't always react to the lighting the same way the asphalt does. So now look at the Assetto Corsa Evo. The graffiti here feel less baked, and now look at the Assetto Corsa Evo. The graffiti here feels less baked into the concrete. You can see the wear and tear where thousands of cars have driven over them, rubbing the paint away. The texture shows the fading and the layering of years of fence sinking onto the track at night. Okay, so when the sun hits the track at a low angle, you don't get that weird plastic glare from the graffiti that you sometimes see in the original James engine. However, and here is where the old Assetto Corsa still fights back, is the variety of the modded version is insane. Now let's look at the green in the green hill. On the left, my modded Assetto Corsa use grass FX. It looks sharp, and the 3D blades are a huge step up from the vanilla game. But on the right, in Assetto Corsa EVO, feels like a living ecosystem. The grass isn't just a layer; it has a different height, different type of weeds, and it reacts to the wind, and to the aerodynamic wash of our BMW M4 GT3. Also, the transition where the asphalt meets the grass is much more natural. It's much more natural in Evo in the old engine. Even with high resolution textures, you can see a hard line where the road ends and the grass begins. Evo blend these textures with dirt, pebbles, and different grass densities, making it look much less like a video game track and more like a real road through the Eiffel Mountains. of vegetation mode, the Assetto Corsa has a beautiful painting, but Assetto Corsa EVO is a living world. So if you value immersion, EVO takes the win. But if you value clarity and FPS, the old king still holds its ground. Okay, so in the Assetto Corsa EVO, we are able to see some crowds and to see some people on the side of the track. But in the original Assetto Corsa, there is nothing of that, and sometimes it just feels lonely without them. But let's be real, if you only care about the lap time, you won't care about defense. But if you want to feel like a real GT3 driver, the difference is night and day. The original Assetto Corsa, and here we are exiting the last corner and getting in the last straight line. So we can see the difference between those two by going the full speed. The camera is shaking so much in the Assetto Corsa original. It's give you a little more realistic feels. And we also can see that the crash physics is a lot better in the original. For now, I believe. Because the Assetto Corsa EVO is still not finished. So there you have it, the legendary Nordschleife in head-to-head battle between a decade of modding, perfection, and the new era of Assetto Corsa EVO. We have the opportunity to see all the difference between those two tracks. There was many. They are both very great games. Okay, let me know in the comments. Are you sticking with your 100 GB mod folder or are you moving to the EVO? If you enjoyed the side-by-side comparison in the M4 GT3, drop a like, subscribe, and for more sim racing content. I will see you in the next one. Peace.